Hey, wait. We gotta try it.
Try what?
Calling the empty man.
Who's the empty man?
If you're on a bridge and you find a bottle, you blow into it, and you think about the empty man. The empty man, 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 the empty man.
Wow. That looks terrible. Definitely not seeing that. What's that?
Watch The Empty Man.
Who is that?
Trust me, it's not as bad as the trailer.
Okay. Wow. That trailer did not give this movie justice at all. This movie is actually pretty damn great. At least I think so anyway. Let's talk about the things I liked. So for starters, this movie has some really good visuals. And that's for a variety of reasons. The first thing I would say is the camera composition. Just overall, the movie has some really good shots. And even with the camera composition, there's some great symmetrical shots as well that just make the scene more closed in and reflects the main character in particular. There's also some really great camera movements throughout the movie, and then there's a great combination with the lighting and color palette, which looks really great. It reminds me a bit of a David Fincher film, and I'm a bit of a sucker for some cool like camera transitions in a scene, as long as they fit the movie, of course. Like the one in this movie, basically it's a map. The camera's pointing down on a map, and then the camera goes down into the map, and then it goes to the actual setting that the map's in, and then the camera kind of goes down and then it follows like a car. Really cool shot. Like, I thought that was a really just interesting transition. So that's just the visuals. So that's what, 6 things just for the visuals. So I'll move on to the performances now. There's a few performances I was kind of iffy about. I didn't think they were like, you know, that good. But I will say the main actor had some good moments of humor. I don't think they overdid the humor though. It still was more scary than, you know, humorous, that's for sure. Now I want to talk about some of the audio in the film, and the music I thought was pretty solid. They have a lot of this weird kind of cult chanting. There's like these really creepy vocals in the film, which kind of works with the whole theme of this kind of cult in the movie, which was rather unsettling and fitting for the atmosphere. And then the sound design as well, which is something I don't notice in a lot of movies, but they do this creepy whispering thing for starters, which is very unsettling. And I particularly love how they introduced this creepy whisper. It's like a wide shot outside this like cabin in this snowy area, and then the camera kind of crops into a closer shot of the cabin, then it cuts to this person sleeping, then it cuts to a wider shot of this person just leaning over their ear, just whispering to them. Really unsettling. I loved that moment. It just gave me chills. It was really well done. So with that being said, this movie did have some really good tension, and thankfully there's not many jump scares in the movie. I think there's like 1 or 2, but for the most part it's more just situational, and it makes you really uncomfortable in certain scenes. Like there's this thing where someone's in distance, and then you take a step back and they take a step forward, you take a step back, they take a step forward, and then if you start bolting, they just, you know, sprinting at you. Very creepy and really, yeah, tense. So the next thing I liked, which is the 11th thing, is the build-up. Even though this movie is 2 hours and 17 minutes long, I didn't feel it at all. I was just completely into it, and I didn't really care that the movie kind of took its time. I was just honestly just really admiring the solid filmmaking and was into the story and kind of this mystery that they created. To be honest with you, I think I have a bit of a bias with this film because I really like horror mystery films, and I can't really think of that many. So if you know some really good horror mystery movies, definitely tell me in the comments below what your favorite ones are, because it's definitely a subgenre I really like. So I'm going to give it actually 2 extra points, which are kind of the same thing, but I'm going to give it a point for intrigue and also just it being gripping as well. I was just so into it, you know, I was never particularly bored by it at all. And on top of that, I could see myself rewatching this movie as well at some point. I definitely think I'll buy this on Blu-ray if I can, and yeah, definitely will watch this again. So yeah, that's 14 things that I like about this movie. So hey, maybe I'm just crazy. Yeah, there's not many positive reviews for this movie. I think on Rotten Tomatoes it's got like 20% or something. So hey, you know, maybe The Empty Man just got to me and I'm just insane right now. And I have to say, if you watched the video all the way up to this point, thank you so much for watching. And hey, I hope to see you in the next one.